The market sells off on Friday and continues over the weekend as we finally get the pullback we've been looking for.
This is Invest with Jacob.
Okay, guys, so it looks like we're finally getting the pullback we've been looking for here as the market dropped over 1.25% on Friday and started to sell off a little bit over the weekend before starting a small bounce. The question is, which pullback are we in? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the break of support and now the move down here over the weekend, it does look like the pullback has begun. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and the pullback that we've been calling for has finally started to materialize here, and we're just in the beginning stages of it, it looks like. And so we got the sell-off on Friday down here. It hit support around that 4,200 area and then started a little bit of a bounce up, and we'll see where we go from here. So there's a couple paths that we've been tracking and looking for on this pullback. The first would be the orange path, okay? And the orange path states that we topped in a wave 3 of a leading diagonal. We would need this wave 4 pullback down and then wave 5 up towards 4,400 to complete that leading diagonal and give us 5 up off the lows, which would give us some confidence that the bottom may be in, and then we would look for support to hold on a bigger wave 2 pullback after that. The other pullback is a deeper pullback, this black count that you can see here, this A, B, C, that would take us down towards 3,900 or below into the 3,800 range. And in that case, this would be an A wave up, and then we'd get a B wave down, okay, to this C level in the 3,800 range. Then you would see a C wave up towards 4,400, 4,450 in that range there, before seeing a C wave back down towards that 3,500 down even to 3,300 is also a potential. But with a push up in this A wave as high as it was, it does raise that level from 3,300 closer to 3,400, 3,500 as a more natural target. So in these pullbacks, okay, the first thing we see is we got our A, B, and we had our 1-2 setup heading into Friday, and they followed through with it. So we got the wave 3 down, and this bounce could be the start of wave 4. It has to get quite a bit higher, and we would look for an ABC up towards the 4240 range, somewhere in there, 4240 to 4250 for this wave 4. And then we would look for wave 5 down towards 4180, where we have natural support, and it's a natural place for this to end. Typically, the A wave of wave 4 targets this 236 over here at 4185. So it would be a little bit lower than that, and that would make sense for a target for this A wave. And that would lead us to believe that we very likely could be in this wave 4, okay, instead of this bigger B wave down that would take us down to this level. So again, a typical A wave target, which would be down here, is the 236 at 4185. We did get a little bit of an extended wave 3, so wave 5 would push us down towards almost exactly that level, maybe a little lower towards this support at 4180. From there, we would look for a bounce up towards the 4250 range, just depending on how low they get here. This low will determine how high this bounce can go. But about 4250 to 60 is where we should look for this bounce for wave C. And then we would look for a C wave down towards the 382 at 4097. So if we are tracing out this wave 4, okay, it is in a leading diagonal. And so this wave 4 target is going to be pretty big. And the reason for that is you had a massive extension up here. Okay, remember, we've been calling for this pullback for a while, and they just kept extending it. So you had a massive extension up here. And what wave 4s tend to do in diagonals is come back and get into wave 1 territory, which is down here around 3950. So the natural target for this wave 4 is the 382 at 4097. However, it can go all the way down to this wave 1 area in the 3950 area and bottom there. So a very big target for this wave 4 because of the diagonal status and the extension in this wave 3. But the natural landing spot would be around 4100, and then the extended would be around 3950. So very big target for wave 4. We'll have to see what they give us in the A wave, as that usually projects to where the C wave will be. We'll get a deeper A wave, B, and then C down towards that 3950 area. So that's what the orange count would look like. For the black count, okay, we would just be tracing out probably wave A or we're going to get a diagonal type pullback where it's pretty much a beeline down, because diagonals sell off very quickly. As you saw on Friday, it was pretty much straight down. You're getting a small bounce now, and then I think we'll continue. And if they're going to continue on in the bigger move down, okay, then you should get a pretty strong sell-off past that 4180 level that breaks through it. And if we break through that level and just keep rolling down, okay, then it becomes more likely we are in this black count, where we would target around 4026 to 4100 for our A wave. And then the B wave bounce up towards about 4140, possibly a little higher than that. And then C down, as I said, towards that 3850, 3900 area for this wave B. So where this stops on the initial push down is going to be a good tell as to where we're at, because this whole wave from the bottom is a diagonal. But if it's not complete and we need the 4-5, we're not going to get the big sell-off that we would imagine. But if it is complete as the A wave, then the B wave sell-off would be pretty strong, and we would blow through that 4180 area pretty easily and continue to move down from there. So that's really what's going to be the tell, is where we stop in on this initial move down, and then we'll watch it from there for the bounces to see where we are. So those are the two paths we are tracking to the downside. For the bulls, if they're going to give us a very shallow wave 4 down to just below that 236 or just to that 236 area, and we're not going to get a full wave 4, which we've seen before, if that's the case, the bulls want to push it back over 4305 here. And if they do that, then the bulls may have control of the market and be looking to push higher towards 4360 up to as much as 4400, just depending on how the setup looks when they do bottom and start higher. So the primary count is that we have a bigger pullback to at least the 4100 area, all the way down to as low as the 3900 to 3850 area. And then if the bulls are going to take control sooner, they would push it back over this 4305 level. All right, over on the Nasdaq. Okay, as you can imagine, we do have a similar setup. We had the AB12, wave 3 down that followed through, and they blew through or have already hit the 236 extension, which, as I said, is a common A wave target. And they've already moved past that just a little bit here before starting that small bounce. So it is possible we could be extending down in this bigger B wave, but the idea would be that we hold up here around 13,000 and then push higher in a B wave and then get C, okay, down to, and the natural target here would be 12,870 for the wave 4 count. I need to move this over here. Would be 12,870 for the wave 4 count, and then could be as deep as this 12,260 area, 12,250 area, back into this wave 1 territory, because again, remember, wave 4s of diagonals tend to get into wave 1 territory. So we could see a very deep pullback, especially on the Nasdaq, which extended quite high over its wave 1 here. So that could be why we're blowing through the 236s. It's going to try to extend lower in this wave 4. But again, if they do blow through this area and extend directly down toward 12,870 to 12,600 without any kind of bounce, then it becomes more likely we're going to be in this B wave that could pull back to as deep as 12,000 to 12,200. And then we would see a C wave back towards 14,000 before seeing another C wave to the downside, which would be taking us down to a new low on the Nasdaq. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out Invest with Jacob. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, okay, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there. I want you to love it, make sure it's for you, and become part of my trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. In our first room, my Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months. It's not quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He structures a trade that gets you in very cheap and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that is so unique. It's something you kind of need to see to understand and make sure you love, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also built a challenge account where you put $4,000 into a small account and trades it using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in our rooms so we can all make some money together. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. The first thing we're going to watch for is if they're going to bounce it. Okay, if they do bounce it, our target is that 4240 to 50 area, and then we would look for another move down to complete wave A, or if they're going to continue to extend this further down in this wave 3, our target for wave A is that 4180 area, 4180 to 85, and then we would look for a bounce in B and C down in 4. However, if they blow through that 4180 area and keep dropping, then it's going to be more likely we're in this ABC black count down further and would look for the 3850 to 3900 area. Over on the Nasdaq, same type of situation. We're going to watch this bounce first and see how it plays out. They can extend this straight down, or they can bounce and end this wave 5 here, and then give us, wave A, and then give us a bounce up in B and down in C. And remember, a wide net here on wave 4 because it's a diagonal from 12,870 all the way down to that 12,260 area to the top of this wave 1 over here. And then if they're able to blow through 12,870 directly, even down to this 12,601 area, then it becomes more likely we're in this B wave, and we'd look for a deeper pullback before a larger bounce in C towards 14,000. Guys, that is the market update for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.